Yes.
Hi, good evening. I'm Janine. I have this boyfriend. We have been dating for 8 months now. The problem is that the relationship is not going smoothly. He doesn't call nor text me, even when I call. He never picks his calls. Anytime I complain about his attitude, all he'll say is that he's just busy. I should give him some time, that he will make things up to me, and that he doesn't want to lose me. I should be patient. It has been this way from the start. I also feel that he's hiding the relationship.
Your insinuations may be very right. You may be correct.
Should we put it in plain English?
Yeah.
You may be dating yourself.
No, but it may not be that.
May. I said may.
Yeah, okay, may. Yeah, okay. I agree.
I am back. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sefin. Actually, my name is Esosab. I like Esosab, but I'll come to Sefin if you like. See what I know. Anyways, I'm making this video because I get a lot of messages, and I'm like, how do people not know that they are in toxic relationships? Like, and we talk about toxic. Like, what is really a toxic relationship? And how do you know that you're in a toxic relationship? I'll tell you what dictionary meaning says about a toxic relationship. The first thing I saw when I typed a toxic relationship on Google was a relationship that makes you feel unsupported, misunderstood, demeaned, or attacked. So that's the description, right? So at the end of the day, we're talking about a relationship where you're not really happy. That's just the summary, right? So I'll quickly run through how to know that you're in a toxic relationship and what to do about it. Not just by telling you that, oh, you're in a toxic relationship, you need to know what to do about it. So one of the signs of being in a toxic relationship is subscribe. I will not talk. Subscribe. Have you subscribed? Have you? Did you start the notification bell? Thank you, you're darling. Mwah. Yes. So let's jump right into the video for today. How to know that you are in a toxic relationship. And this does not matter who. It doesn't matter the gender. It doesn't matter whether you're relating to the person by blood. As long as you're in an environment where these signs are available, that relationship is toxic. Number one, this person is the controller. Hey, you know how someone can be controlling, right? So this person does not want you to do anything that is not in accordance with what the person wants. It must be within the person's scope. It must be the person's idea. It must be what the person wants. It must be what favors the person. And a lot of, let's say, amateur leaders are like that. I've worked with many people in my life, and I've met a lot of people. I've met a particular person who would, your whole team, this person was a leader, right? And the whole team, let me just make it an outfit, right? The whole team, everybody said, let us wear blue. This leader said, no, let's wear black, because he had one black shirt somewhere he wanted to wear. So, I mean, something like that. So people like that, people that are controlling, can just tell you, don't do this thing. Not because, what is that? So a person that's controlling, for instance, you may want to maybe take up a course. You want to learn something, you need to start a business. And person tells you, no, don't do that business. And you say, why? The person says, I don't think you can do it, or I don't think it's good for you, or I don't think the time is right. Meanwhile, the real reason is just that. Why were you the one that thought about it? I should have been the one to think about it. It should have been my idea. And even when this thing becomes your idea and you eventually make it work, a controller will find a way to give his or herself the credit for that thing working. Have you met one? Have you? If you've met one, share your experience. And that sign to know that you're in a toxic relationship, when this person is a taker. Hey, in every relationship is supposed to be a give and take, right? So you notice that one person is just a taker. This person takes, and never gives. Now, there's no such thing as I don't have to give. Let's even make that one clear. There's nothing like I don't have to give. You must have something to give. Or it's not, if you cannot give your money, you can give your time. Even that money you think you don't have, you can buy chocolate. There's always something to give. Let's not even go there on that matter. There's always something to give. So if you are in a relationship with someone who's always taking, and never giving, doesn't even know how to give, doesn't even think about giving, then you should reconsider before they drain your blood. But you need to reconsider, because you may get to a point where you may not have anything to give anymore, or what the person wants from you the person has milked you dry, or the person has collected all the person wants from you. And most times what takers do is that when they are done with you, they dump you. Another sign to know that you're in a toxic relationship with someone, or a person is toxic, is that the person is always absent. The person is not available when you need the person. The person, no, always absent. But when the person needs something, the person suddenly becomes present. And most times, they just come by being nice. I don't know whether you have this friend that by the time the person calls you, each time your phone rings, and just look at your phone and just say, oh, what do you want this time? You have that friend. Do you? Stay away from that friend. So they're always absent. Could you help me do this? No, I'm very busy. But when they need something, they can just even pack their things and come and stay with you and tell you something like, I know you need help, so I just came around to help. And you'll be happy that someone has come to help you. Oh, so thoughtful of you. And the next thing the person says, could you please help me with XYZ? That's why the person came. The person didn't really come to help you. And most times, once the person gets what he or she's looking for, off, they're out again. Till whenever they need something else. So if you notice that that's the pattern that someone, this person is always doing this, pack your load and leave that space, because just leave. You have the manipulator. This one, most times a manipulative person is narcissistic. So in case you don't know what narcissism is, it's someone who is full, or is a state of being full of yourself. It's a state of being excessively proud. These people, they're manipulators now, right? So they are so full of themselves that they don't say anything wrong in themselves. They are always right, and everybody is always wrong. That is their way of life. They always seem nice because they have a way of finding out what you want, how you want it, and then they do things according to the way you want it, just enough for you, just enough to get your attention, for them to switch you to what they want you to be. And when they are switching to what they want you to be, it's not funny. So conversing with these people are very difficult. For instance, you say something like, are you even listening to me at all? Or you don't understand me. You say, oh, you're saying I'm dull. You're saying I lack understanding. You're saying, then what happens is you leave the main issue and start explaining how you did not mean to say that they were dull, how you did not mean to be disrespectful, how you did not mean to be. And then at the end of the day, when you are done with that particular explanation, you'd have exerted yourself that you can't even come back to the main issue. Have you experienced it before? When you say something like, I've experienced it before actually. I could say something like, if you don't do this thing for yourself, then I can't help you there. It's something you have to do for yourself. Oh, you're trying to call me a helpless beggar. You're trying to tell me that I'm less privileged. I have to say, no, I didn't say you're less privileged. I'm just saying that you're supposed to be able to do this yourself. And if you can't do it by yourself, I can't do anything for you. You have to do it. And they say, no, you said you cannot help me. It means that you're saying that you are doing me a favor. This issue is about you doing me a favor. I mean, that argument went on and on and on. At that time, thankfully, I was already aware that, okay, this is what's happening. And I just quietly walked out of that situation. But this was me long ago. I would keep explaining. I'll keep trying to explain. I want to let you know that, no, that's not what I meant. This is what I meant. By the time I finished explaining what I meant and what I did not mean, most times, I would have forgotten what the issue originally was. So people who are manipulators, that's how they are. Right? Another set of human beings, another set of toxic kind of trait is that this person is braggadocious. If you have this friend that always brings you down, always brings anything that has to do with you down and exalts himself, then it's a bad sign. So you have this friend who always brag about, a lot of times they even lie. They brag about how they have this, how they own this, how they have to go this, how this thing is too small for them. Do you understand? I can't take up this job. It's too small for me. And then if you want to take up that job, they'll be like, oh, yeah, you can take the job. It's good for you. It suits you. So a lot of times they try to put you down. They try to, get you to opt for things that are less, and then they push themselves high. They push themselves to go for things that are high. It's not they're not necessarily high. Sometimes they are, sometimes they are not. But a lot of times they just want you down there, below them, and they are up there. So whenever you want to maybe take if it's the ones that are above you and you want to take a step to get to their level, they tell you, you can't do it. It's too difficult. It's not for people like you. And you think to yourself, if you could do it, I can do it too. They'll keep discouraging you, and then they will advise you to do something less. They'll advise you to go for something less, just so that they can feel good about themselves and you can feel bad about yourself. So a lot of times these people, if you are classmates with the person, they are so braggadocious. I had A's. You know, people like us, we need A's. And then when you say you had a C, they'll tell you, C is fine. What's wrong with a C? Meanwhile, they complain that they had a B and they also have had an A. So at the end of the day, A is good for them and C is good for you. So when you have people like that, run away. The last set of people are those who always make things about themselves. Oh, you tell them that you have headache. In fact, they'll tell you that their headache is 10 times more than yours. You're trying to tell them a story about yourself and suddenly they switch it to a story about themselves. If you have people like that around you, it's not to say you should make enemies, but just watch it and watch how you relate to them, because they may just end up making you feel worse, or rather than trying to make you find the solution to your problem, they distract you from your own problem. Another trait of someone in a toxic relationship is that this person is an abuser. I think we are all familiar with how people can be abused. You can be abused physically, you can be abused emotionally, where this person physically or emotionally torments you. When you're in such a relationship, please pack your things and leave. At this point, if you have not subscribed, you are just breaking my heart because I feel bad. So, if you're in a toxic relationship, what should you do? I summarized everything into 3 things because I don't want this video to be too long. So, these 3 things are simply tell yourself the truth. Are you happy in that relationship? So, if you can be honest enough with yourself to tell yourself that this space and this person, I'm not really happy. After you tell yourself the truth, then if you think it's that much of a big deal, you can talk to someone about it, especially when it is serious. I had a story about somebody who was blackmailing a man she was in a relationship with. You know, each time he says he's done, she threatens to commit suicide. So he was kind of stuck in the relationship. So at the end of the day, if you find yourself in that kind of relationship where this person is threatening you, this person is abusing you, seek help. Talk to someone that you think is capable of helping you. A counselor, a parent, a family member, someone you think is wise enough and knows enough to be able to help you, or a therapist. And then finally walk away. Just take a walk. And now sometimes the walking away doesn't have to be dramatic. For the person who is always absent, just don't be available for the person whenever the person comes back. For people who are braggadocious, whenever they start bragging, just walk away. Change the topic, just do something. So at the end of the day, when you're in such a relationship or you are around such people, please pack your things and go. Anyways, can you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like, share, comment. Let me know your thoughts. If you've had any experience with anybody who has any or all of these traits, please kindly share in the comment section. I will be glad to read your stories. And that's about it. Thanks so much for sticking around. I am grateful. See you in my next video. Bye.